A Colorado businessman facing multiple lawsuits and claims of walking away from millions of dollars in unpaid debts to employees, vendors, and landlords.
Business partners and former staff members reached out to Denver 7 Investigates, looking for answers and accountability. Our investigative team has spent months digging through public records and talking with victims.
Well, tonight, Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kowaleski is asking the CEO the important questions after dodging these frustrations and concerns.
Mr. Nus, Tony Kowaleski with Denver 7.
His name is Eric Nus. He didn't want to shake my hand after several weeks of avoiding our calls and emails.
As you know, we've been trying to get a hold of you. Multiple attempts. Sir, we've talked to your business partners, your employees. They want to know where the money went. What's the answer? $8 million, sir.
Our questions did not end there, but before we continue with Mr. Nus, some insight from victims of his failed business endeavor.
Bite down for me there.
Judson Volstad is a veteran dentist.
And go ahead and open for me. And some offices shut down over it.
He's one of 8 dentists and now former business partners of Eric Nus.
It was a very messy situation all around.
If you were to guess total how many dollars, what would that number be?
It would be a lot. I think a lot of people were out a lot of money.
This lawsuit backs up Dr. Volstad's statement filed in April of this year by American National Bank. Eric Nus is named as the defendant. American National loaned Nus $8 million to start his business. It accuses Nus of failure to pay vendors, failure to pay staff the agreed upon salaries and benefits, and failure to pay rent for its practices.
Is there a bad guy in this story?
Absolutely.
Who is he?
Eric Nus.
Ron Bergloff runs multiple dental offices in the Denver metro area. He's an expert dental consultant.
Why?
Because he came in with a plan to take advantage of doctors.
Bergloff is well aware of the lasting impacts of Eric Nuss's now defunct business. After the shutdown, Bergloff made an offer to buy some of Nuss's former dental offices.
It's a terrible thing for these people.
Do you think Mr. Nuss realizes there's not a regulatory agency in the state that can touch him?
He knows it. He absolutely knows it. There's no question. That's why he thumbs his nose.
It is a fact the state's dental board is unable to take any action because Eric Nus is not a dentist. He's not regulated by their authority, meaning the dental board can't investigate claims raised by dentists and Eric Nuss's former employees.
It never should have happened. So many people entrusted their livelihoods to this man, and it's all gone. It's all gone.
Cher Russell worked directly with Eric Nus. He hired her as a manager for his business, Ssun Health.
Why are you here today?
I'm here to expose Eric Nus for who he is.
If you follow the money here, what's that story say?
The story says there was a lot of misappropriation. There was possible mismanagement. There was overspending, just an exorbitant amount of spending.
The former manager cites this internal spreadsheet obtained by Denver 7 Investigates. It details credit card charges made by Eric Nus, credit card entries confirmed by a company accountant, a spreadsheet that includes more than $11,000 in one day at sporting goods stores, more than $5,000 for country club expenses, and nearly $15,000 for purchases at gun shops. And that's not where the questionable spending ended.
The biggest personal purchases that I was concerned with was a couple of vehicles that he purchased in June of 22. There was clearly some issues behind the scenes with money troubles. Thought it was strange that he would go out and buy 2 brand new vehicles.
Eric Nus also found his name on multiple complaints to Colorado's Department of Labor. Complaints for failing to pay at least 3 of his employees after he shut down his business. The investigation confirmed more than $9,500 in unpaid wages, and the state issued a penalty to Nus and his company for more than $11,000 additional dollars for willful failure to pay.
How would you respond if Mr. Nuss says, I tried hard, it just didn't work?
I would say I don't believe that for a second.
I just want to make sure that I can help people not fall off the side of the cliff. It feels as if I did.
That's Eric Nus in a podcast months after going out of business, months after walking away from 8 active dental practices.
Because now here I sit with no company, staring down the barrel of some pretty nasty financial and legal circumstances because of the bank taking the company.
What did he say in that video? What did you hear?
What I heard was that it wasn't his fault. It seemed to me that there were a lot of excuses and blame, but none of it seemed to be of his making.
When you got to the end of that video, what was going on inside?
I wanted to scream. I wanted to call him. I wanted to go face to face with him and say, what is wrong with you? Like, it was absurd. It was just an absurd video.
$8 million, sir. You don't want to tell your side of the story? Don't they deserve an answer?
And that brings us back to that interview with Eric Nus inside an Aurora hotel in the middle of a packed conference of dentists and dental professionals learning how to buy and sell businesses. Over 2 days, we watched Nus networking with dozens of conference attendees.
Are you here hustling business? Do they know what happened here in Colorado?
You're going to have to leave me alone.
It's important to take a moment and make it clear the business founder and CEO knew we wanted to hear his side of this story. Phone's now ringing. Over several days, weeks prior to our hotel meeting, we made multiple calls.
Mr. Nus, Tony Kowaleski, this is my second call. We do want to talk to you. Please call as soon as possible.
And sent an email. Eric Nus elected to not respond. We wanted to ask the unanswered questions from his former employees, business partners, and a dental expert.
If Eric Nus walked in right now, what's the one question you'd ask him?
Why not tell the truth? Why keep the charade up? Why not just tell the truth?
Mr. Nus, do you want to apologize to your former business partners, your employees? You filed bankruptcy. There are lawsuits with your name on it. Don't they deserve an answer, an explanation? On your podcast, they say you came across as a victim. Are you a victim, sir?
When this story shows up on TV, what do you hope happens?
I just want people to be very careful. I want them to know who he is and what he's done to hundreds of people and to think twice.
What do you think it says when you don't want to answer these questions? There are practices that are closed. There are employees that lost money, their 401ks. They say things about you, sir, that are not very complimentary. Will you reach out to me?
Sure. Yeah.
You're going to call me?
Yeah.
I'll look for your call.
That was more than a month ago and still no word from Eric Nus. We did review his Chapter 7 bankruptcy filing. Among other things, it forces him to sell the guns he purchased with that company credit card. Now, as we reported, the State Dental Board has no power over Mr. Nus because he's not a dentist. But in April, it did issue this cease and desist order against his business. An update for you now on the dental offices. Dr. Volstead and 3 others found ways to save their dental practices. All lost significant amounts of money in that process. Finally, Mr. Nus, if you were watching, we again offer you an opportunity to sit in front of our cameras and explain exactly what happened. I'm Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kowaleski.